Hi, hello everyone. Welcome to my channel. This is Vijay Giditori, and in this video, I'll explain you how to create a VPC, subnet, internet gateway, route tables, and EC2 instance on AWS. So here, Amazon VPC is a virtual private cloud. It is a service which is offered by Amazon Web Services, and here Amazon VPC provides a logically isolated area where we can create virtual resources. By creating Amazon VPC with some of the CADR range, we can create subnets, internet gateways, NAT gateways, route tables, and everything. So think of it like a virtual data center in the cloud where you can launch resources like virtual machines, databases, and applications just like you would use in a physical data center. But instead of being tied to a specific location, your virtual data center is in the cloud and you can access it from anywhere at any time. With Amazon VPC, you can get control over your virtual networks, including the ability to create virtual private networks (VPNs) to connect to your on-premises infrastructure. And you can configure subnets, route tables, and network gateways. And you can launch resources like EC2 instance, RDS databases, and Elastic Beanstalk applications. And we can use security groups and network access controllers to control access to your resources. And at last, Amazon VPC is a powerful tool that helps you to build and scale secure, high availability applications in AWS cloud. And here you can see this is the structure right now we are going to create. First, we are going to create a VPC with some of the CADR range. And after that, we are going to create two different subnets. One is public subnet and one is private subnet. And after that, we are going to create internet gateway. And using this internet gateway, we are going to provide internet to this VPC. And after that, we are going to create two different route tables. One is public route table and another is private route table. And we are going to associate these subnets to these route tables. And at last, we are going to create EC2 instance in public subnet. So let's start doing all this in a practical. So here first we need to navigate to VPC, virtual private cloud. Here you can see this is VPC, so you need to navigate to here. And here you can see you need to select your VPC. So here you can see your VPCs. Directly select your VPCs. So here this is the default VPC which is provided by Amazon Web Services. Here you can see this is the default VPC. So when I select here subnets, so here you can see all the default subnets. So these are all the default subnets. When I select here route tables, here you can find route table. So this is the default route table. And when I select internet gateway, this is the default internet gateway. Here you can see this is the default internet gateway. So right now we are going to create all these custom. So let's close this all. And here you can see directly select here create VPC. So first we need to provide VPC name. So here I'm going to provide custom VPC. And here you need to give the IPv4 CADR range. So here I'm going to provide 10.0.0.0/21. So here you can see this is the IPv4 range. So IPv4 range starts with /16 to 32. So these four are reserved by AWS. So here you can see highest is /16. So it comes with 65,536 IPs. So here you can see right now we are going to create with /21. So it comes with 2048 of IPs. So here you can see we have given /21. So /21 means it comes with 2048 IPs. So I'll make a dedicated video on CIDR and I will post that video. So here you can see I'm going to create with /21. It comes with 2048 IPs. And here you can see tags I'm going with the default. Here key we need to give the name and value. You can give any of the value. So I'm going with the default which is custom VPC. So here you can see it was taken this name. So let's directly select here create VPC. And here you can see our VPC is created. So here you can see this is the VPC ID and this is the status it isn't available. So we haven't attached any of the DNS host name, so that's why it is showing disabled. So here you can see IPv4 range CIDR range is /21. So here /21 comes with 2048 of IP. So here you can see /21 comes with 2048 of IPs. So let's select here VPCs. So here you can see this is the VPC right now we are created. So these are all the details. So now we need to create a subnet. So directly select here subnet. And here you can see these are all the default subnets. So we need to create a new subnet. So directly select here create subnet. And here you can see VPC ID. So under VPC ID, you need to provide VPC. So under which VPC it was asking, like under which VPC you need to create subnet. So I want to create under custom VPC. So I'm going to select this VPC. And here you can see associated VPC CIDR is we have given /21. So here you can see IPv4 CIDR range, it was showing /21. So previously while creating Amazon VPC, we have given range /21. So it comes with 2048 of IPs. So when it comes to subnet settings, here we need to provide all the subnet details. So first, I will explain you what is subnet and everything. So here subnet is nothing but subnet contains a group of IP addresses. So just think like subnet is like a small room in a large house. Just like how a room has its own unique addresses, a subnet has its own unique IP addresses ranges, guys. So when comes to subnets, here we are having two different types of subnets. One is public subnet and one is private subnet. When comes to public subnet has a route to the internet gateway and are accessible from the internet, whereas private subnet do not have a route to the internet gateway and are not accessible from the internet. So you need to remember this. So now let's create subnet. Here we need to give the subnet name. So here I'm going to create public subnet. So here let's do one thing. Let's create two public subnets and let's create two private subnets. So here you can see first you need to give the subnet name. So here you can see first you need to give VPC ID, under which VPC you want to create this subnet it was asking. So I want to create under custom VPC, and under subnet settings you need to give the subnet details. So under subnet name I'm giving public subnet 1. And here availability zone, here you can directly select any of the availability zone, or else directly you can select no preference. So if you select no preference, by default AWS will take any of this availability zone by default. So here I'm going to select US East 1A, and here you can see IPv4 CRDR range for VPC we have given /21. So here /21 comes with 2048 of IPs. So here you can see IPv4 subnet CIDR block. So here we need to give the subnet CIDR range. So here I'm going to give subnet CIDR ranges 10.0.0.0/24. So here /24 comes with 256 IPs. So here you can see /24 comes with 256 IPs. So here same I have given /24. So now let's create another public subnet. So directly select here, add new subnet. Here you can see this is optional, guys. Tags is optional. You can give that or else you may not give, that is up to your wish. So I'm going with the default. So here I'm going to select here add new subnet. So I'm going to create a new subnet. And here we need to provide subnet name public subnet 2. And here availability zone I'm going to select US East 1B, and here IPv4 VPC CIDR block we have given /21. So here we need to select subnet CIDR block. So again here we need to provide 10.0.1.0/24. Again here /24 comes with 256 IPs. So here you can see we need to provide here 1. So previously here you can see we have given 10.0.0.0. If you provide same like this, VPC subnet will not accept, guys. Remember this. So here you can see when I select here 0 and when I select here create subnet, here you can see CIDR address overlaps with existing subnet. So here you can see already we have given here. So here you can see already we have given here same we are providing here. So we need to change this. So here I'm going to change here 10.0.1.0/24. So here I'm going to directly select create subnet. So here you can see public subnet is creating. So let's close this. And here you can see these are all the default subnets, guys. And these are the custom subnets right now we are created. So this is the public subnet 1. This is the public subnet 2. So when I select here public subnet 1, here you can see we have created IPv4 CIDR ranges /24. So here /24 comes with 256 IPs. So here you can see available IP addresses, it was showing 251. So why it was showing 251 means when we create any of the subnets, 5 IPs will be allocated by AWS for any of the further issues. So that's why here it was not showing 5 EPCs, sorry, 5 IP addresses. It was showing only 251 IP addresses. So we can use this 251 IP addresses. So again, when I select here public subnet 2, here this is public subnet 2, and here you can see we have created IPv4 ranges 10.0.1.0/24. Here also it comes with 256 IPs, and in this update also 5 IPs will be allocated by AWS. So now let's create two another subnets for private. So let's directly select here create subnet, and here you need to provide under which VPC you are going to create this subnet. So I want to create under custom VPC. So here you need to give the subnet name, and here I'm going to create private subnet 1, and availability zone. Here I'm going to select US East 1C, and here you can see this is the VPC IPv4 CADR block. We have given 21, and here we need to provide subnet CADR range. So here I'm going to provide 10.0.2.0/24. So here you need to provide 2. So previously we have given 0 and 1. So that's why you need to provide 2. If you select here 0 and 1, it will not accept again. So here you can see, here also we are going to create with 256 IPs. Here you can see /24. So let's create another subnet. Directly select here, add new subnet. And here you need to give the subnet name, private subnet 2. And here we need to select availability zone, or else you may not select, that is up to your wish. So if you are not selecting, by default AWS will take any of this availability zone. So here I'm going to select US East 1D, and here again you need to provide subnet CADR range. So here again 10.0.3.0/24. So here previously we have given 2, here you can see previously we have given 2. So that's why here I'm going to provide 3, and here directly I'm going to select create subnet. So now another two subnets will be created. So that is private subnets. Directly close this. So let's expand this. So here you can see private subnet 1 and private subnet 2. So when I select here private subnet 1, here you can see this is the IPv4 CADR. So here you can see 10.0.2.0/24. Here also we have created with /24 netmask. So we call it as netmask. So here it comes with 256 IPs, and here also you can see 5 IPs has been allocated by AWS for any of the further issues. So here you can see this is the subnet ID, and you can find all the details here. Status it is in available. So when I select here private subnet 2, so this is the private subnet 2, and here you can see IPv4 CADR we have given 10.0.3.0/24. Here also it comes with 256 IPs. So here you can see it was showing available IPv4 addresses 251. And here also 5 IPs will be allocated by AWS for any of the further issues. So let's close this. To here it was completed. So up to now we created VPC. So here you can see up to now created a VPC with /21 netmask. So here /21 comes with 2048 of IPs, guys. So here you can see 2048 of IP. So /21 netmask comes with 2048 of IPs, and every subnet we have created with netmask /24, it comes with 256 IPs. So let's come here, and here you can see all the subnets. So now we need to create internet gateway. So here you can see we have created VPC and we created subnet. So now we need to create internet gateway, and we need to associate this internet gateway to this VPC. So this internet gateway will provide internet to this VPC. So let's directly go here and directly select internet gateway. And this is the default internet gateway. And directly select here create internet gateway. And here we need to give the internet gateway name. So here I'm giving custom internet gateway. So this is the name I am giving. So these are the tags. Tags is optional. That is up to your wish. You can give that, or else you may not give. That is up to your wish. Directly select here create internet gateway. This is very simple. And here you can see you can attach here right now. It is it is in detach mode. So we created this internet gateway. So here you can see we created this internet gateway, but we haven't attached this internet gateway to any of the VPC. So here you can see under VPC ID it was showing none. So that means we created internet gateway, but we haven't associated this internet gateway to any of the VPC. So here you can attach your internet gateway in two different ways. Directly select here attach to VPC and provide your VPC, or else directly select here internet gateways. So here you can see this is the internet gateway right now we created. So but it is in detached mode. Detached mode is nothing but we haven't attached this internet gateway to any of the VPC. So let's attach this internet gateway to a VPC. So directly select this internet gateway actions attached to VPC, and here you need to provide VPC. So to which VPC you need to provide this internet gateway. So remember that, guys, when you providing this internet gateway you are going to give internet to VPC. So directly select here custom VPC. So we are going to give internet to this custom VPC. Directly select here attach internet gateway. So we created internet gateway and we have attached that internet gateway to a VPC. So now we need to create route tables. Directly select here route tables. And here you can see these two are the default route tables. So now let's create a two different route tables. One is for public subnets and one is for private subnets. Directly select here create route tables. So before creating these route tables, I will explain you guys. So here route tables are nothing but route tables are used to route traffic between subnets in a VPC. So you need to remember that. And here route tables is like a map that shows you how to route traffic between subnets. So now let's create route tables. So here I'm going to create first one route table which is like public route table. So this is the name I'm giving, public route table. And here we need to provide VPC. So here I'm going to select here custom VPC. So under this custom VPC, we are going to create this route table. So the tags here you can see I'm going with the default key is name and value is it was taking this name public route table. So directly select here create route table. And here you can see we created route table. So directly select here route tables. And here you can see this is the route table we created. So directly select this route table. And here you can see we created route table, but we haven't associated subnets. So I will open this in a new tab, subnets. And here you can see two different we have created two different subnets. One is public subnet and one is private subnet. So here you can see we created a route table, but we haven't associated this subnets to a route table. So directly select here subnet association. So here you can see these are all the subnets. So here you need to select edit subnet association. And here you need to select public subnets. So here you can see this is the public subnet one and this is the public subnet two. So here directly I'm going to select save association. So here you can see we created a public route table and we have associated our subnets to this route table. Here you can see under explicit subnet associations, you can see we have associated these two subnets to this route table. So in details you can find guys, here you can see explicit subnet associations. So that means we have associated two different subnets. That means two subnets we have associated. So these are the two subnets, public subnets. So and we need to give routes. So directly select your routes and here you need to select edit routes and here you need to select add route and here you need to select 0.0.0/0 and here using internet gateway. So here you can see guys, using internet gateway we are going to give internet to this route table. So directly here you can see this is the internet gateway. Previously I created internet gateway. Here you can see this is the internet gateway previously I created. So here you can see this is the internet gateway ID. At last you can see CAE8. Here you can see CAE8. We are going to attach this custom internet gateway to this route table. So directly select here custom internet gateway and save here save changes. So here you can see directly select route tables. So we have created route table and we have associated our public subnets to this route table and we have given routes. Here you can see we have attached our internet gateway in these routes. So this is complete. So now let's create another route table for private subnets. So directly select here create route table and here directly select private route table. So here name I'm giving private route table and here you need to provide VPC. Under which VPC you want to create this route table, it was asking. So I want to create under custom VPC. So tags is optional. Directly select here create route table and directly select here route tables. And here you can see this is the public route table and this is the private route table. So here you can see we have created public route table and we have associated two subnets and we have given routes. So now we need to select here private route table and directly select here subnet association. So here you can see under explicit subnet associations, we haven't associated any of the subnets to this route table. So we need to associate. Directly select here edit subnet associations. Directly select here private subnet 1, private subnet 2 and directly select here save association. And here you can see we have explicit subnet associations. That means we have associated two different subnets. Here you can see subnet associations. Here you can see these are the two different subnets. One is private subnet 1 and private subnet 2. We have associated for this private route table. So here under routes, here you need to select edit route and add route and here you need to select this and after that here you need not to select your internet gateway. So this is private route table guys, you need to remember this. But if you are using public route tables, you need to attach internet gateway. If you are using private route tables, here you need to use NAT gateway, guys. Here, NAT gateway is used to route traffics to private subnets. You need to remember this. Right now, in this video, we are not creating any of the NAT gateways. In next video, I'll explain you how to create NAT gateways and VPC subnets and everything. So in this video, let's go with this and directly cancel this. Here you can see up to now we completed this. Now let's create a EC2 instance under this public subnet. So here you can see under this public subnet, let's create EC2 instance. Directly select this and select here EC2 and here select instances. So here you can see right now I don't have any of the EC2 instances, no instances. So directly select here launch instance. So first we need to give the name of the instance. So here I'm giving, let's give name like public instance one. So under public subnet I'm going to create. So that's why I'm giving here public instance. So here we need to select OS. Here I'm going to select OS Ubuntu and here I'm going to select this confirm changes and after that we need to select or else here directly select Amazon Linux. After that we need to select instance type. I'm going with the free tier eligible which is T2 micro. So here we need to create a key pair. Right now I don't have any of the keys. So if you are having any of the existing keys, you can directly select that key. So right now I don't have any of the key pair. So I will create a new key pair. So I directly select here create new key pair and here I'm giving demo key pair. So this is the name I'm giving. Directly select here create key pair. So here you can see we created a key pair. Here you can see you need to remember this. Under networking settings, directly select here edit. Here you can see VPC. So under which VPC you need to create this EC2 instance, it was asking. So under custom VPC. So previously we created a custom VPC. So under this custom VPC, I want to create this EC2 instance. So here you can see I want to create under public subnet. So here you can select any of the subnet, public subnet 1 or public subnet 2. Anything is no problem, guys. So we have given internet access to this public subnets. Directly select here public subnet 1. So here you can see auto SN public IP. So here always it should be in enable. So if you want to access via internet, you need to give here enable. So if you are keeping this disabled, public IPv4 address will not be allocated to this EC2 instance. So this should be in enable. So if you want to keep this always in enable, I will show you one thing. Directly go to subnets and here you can see under public subnet 1 we are going to create this. So directly select here public subnet 1. Select actions, edit subnet settings and directly enable auto SN public IPv4 address and directly save. So here you can see you have successfully changed subnet settings. Enable auto SN public IPv4 address. So now when I select here public subnet 1, automatically it will be in enable state. So here you can see we have changed settings. So directly come here and let's reload this once. And here let's give again public instance and here Amazon Linux is okay and instance type T2 micro and key pair we need to select key pair and in networking we need to select custom VPC and here you can see when I select here public subnet 2 it is showing disable. So previously we have given auto SN public IP4 address is for subnet 1. So when I come here and when I select here subnet 1 public subnet 1 here you can see automatically it was in enable state. So when I select here public subnet 2 here you can see it was showing disable. If you are going to create under public subnets always it should be in enable state, guys. So always keep this like this. So directly select here public subnet 2 actions, edit subnet settings and directly select here enable auto SN public IPv4 address. Directly save this and come here and when I reload this again and again let's give here public instance. Here we need to select OS Amazon Linux and instance type T2 micro and key pair we need to select key pair. Under networking we need to select custom VPC. So now when I select here public subnet 2 here you can see it was showing enable. So here you can see we have enabled auto SN public IPv4 address for public subnet 1 and public subnet 2. So this is how you can do this and let's directly come down And here let's create a new security group, and here I'm going to create security group. So here security group name I'm giving security group for instance. Let's give like this, and let's copy this, and let's remove this description, and let's save this. So when we create any of the EC2 instance, by default here SSH will be enable, guys. So it will be the SSH will be default. So let's create another. Here directly select here add security group rule, and here type I'm going to select HTTP, and here custom, or else okay, let's select here custom. Let's directly select configure storage 8 GB is enough. So here directly I'm going to select launch instance. So we need to select this. Okay, directly select here launch instance. So here you can see we are going to create this EC2 instance under this public subnet 1. Directly select here instances, and let's see whether it was giving internet to this subnet, whether it was giving internet to this instance or not. Let's reload this. Right now it is in pending state. Here you can see, let's reload this, and here you can see this is the public IPv4 address and this is the private IPv4 address, and instance state it is in running. So let's connect to this instance. So here directly I'm going to select here connect and connect. So here you can see establishing connection. So let's see whether it will work or not. So we are created under this public subnet 1. So let's come here. So here you can see it was connected. So that means it was giving internet to this instance. So first let's update this instance, sudo yum update -y sudo -i. So here you can see it was giving internet. So when I select here ping www.google.com. So here you can see request is going on. It was request is going and coming. So here you can understand it was giving internet. So yes, this is how you can create a VPC. Here you can see this is how you can create a VPC, and you can create subnets, and you can create internet gateways, and you can create route tables, and you can create here directly EC2 instance, and you can connect like this, and you can do whatever you want, guys. Here you can see it was working fine. So yes, that's it for today's video. And previously I created same like this using Terraform, guys. In my YouTube channel you can find that video. Using Terraform I created VPC, subnet, internet gateways, internet gateways, route tables, and EC2 instance and everything. I have created all this by using Terraform. So I will keep that link in this video description. Please watch that video. Using Terraform I created that, and this video I created by manually. So yes guys, that's it for today's video. And if you like my video, please do like, share and subscribe to my YouTube channel, guys, and see you in the next video, and bye.